And now we're moving on to the next fight. A guy that I'm actually very excited about being in the UFC, believe it or not, is Martinez. I actually do have a little bit of hype on Martinez, to be honest, but let's be realistic, guys. He really disappointed in his debut. I think he was truly set up to knock out Guido Canetti and get a crazy knockout win, because Martinez does have power in his hands. He's got a couple of round one finishes there. A knockout over Jose Johnson in the first minute, knockout of Casey Jones in the first minute. He did lose to Draco Rodriguez. Not really the worst loss, but not a great loss either. And yeah, apart from that, man, most of his wins are knockouts within the first minute or in the first or second round. He's definitely got that power, man. He didn't really land it on Guido Canetti, but I do understand he had a lot going on in that time. He's not really going to have that much on his mind in this fight here, but he will be fighting Ronnie Lawrence. And I've brought up my good friend, a good friend that I haven't actually mentioned in a very, very long time, and that is UFC stats. Look at Ronnie Lawrence's UFC stats when he fought Jose Johnson over on the Contender Series, which actually happens to be the same guy that Martinez sparked in the first round. He took him down 12 times to a decision win, and then when he fought Vince Cachero in his UFC debut, he took him down 8 times to a win. If we look at the preview here for Ronnie Lawrence, for every 15 minutes, this man is landing 10 takedowns. That's ridiculously scary, man. It was 76% accuracy. I mean, he has only had 2 fights in the UFC, including Dana White's Contender Series. Martinez's best chance to win this fight is definitely in the first 2 minutes of the fight, unless Ronnie Lawrence just comes out and shoots a takedown. I really do think that Ronnie Lawrence's path to victory in this one here is to just take down Martinez and control him on the ground, and I think that's what he's going to do. When this fight was first announced, I was pretty big on Martinez just knocking him out in the first round until I watched Ronnie Lawrence fight. I looked at his stats, I watched him fight again, I watched him fight Dana White's Contender Series, I watched his UFC debut, and I was like, nah, Martinez, man, I just don't think that his takedown defense is going to be enough to stop Ronnie Lawrence. This is the same guy that got submitted by Draco Rodriguez over in the Contender Series. I understand Martinez had a lot going on at the time of his debut, but that debut was not a good debut. Let's be realistic here. A split decision win over the 38-year-old Guido Canetti. A little bit scary, man. I think he missed weight a lot as well, but he once again, he had a lot going on. You got to kind of let that slide a little bit, but I just don't think he's going to be able to knock out Ronnie Lawrence. I think that the UFC is almost setting up Ronnie Lawrence for a win in this one here. They're not giving Martinez a guy that he could knock out in the first round. I think that Martinez versus Trevin Giles, which is a fight that was meant to be made, which got cancelled, would make a lot more sense for Mana in this one. That'll be a great striking fight. But anyway, let's not talk about that. Ronnie Lawrence in this one, I think he's going to get the job done. I think he's going to get a decision win. He's going to use his wrestling and just going to stop the power. He's going to stop the speed of Martinez on the feet. He doesn't want this fight to be on the feet, and I don't see the fight really taking place on the feet, because Ronnie Lawrence is not going to allow that to happen unless Martinez knocks him out very early, which, what are the guys on Tapology doing, man? Why are you voting Martinez to win by decision? He's not going to win a decision. I'm going to look stupid if he does, but Martinez's best chance of winning is by knockout, and 25% of those picking Martinez have picked him to win by decision. I don't understand. Have you watched any of Martinez's fights? I have. They're all filmed on like a 2004 Nokia. But anyway, with that being said, Ronnie Lawrence by decision, in my opinion. I do think he's going to get the job done. And I think he's going to get the job done by a decision. Or maybe he could really wear on Martinez late in the fight and lock up a TKO. Ground and pound TKO. Or maybe some sort of submission as well. I just can't see Ronnie Lawrence winning the fight in general in this one here. But Martinez is a live underdog because he could knock out Ronnie Lawrence in the first minute of the fight. Let's be honest.